Hey everyone, this is Tony, Taint the Lord A7, and here's part 11 of my CD collection. So let's go straight to it. The first CD I'm going to show off is from a band that not a lot of people talk about, and I feel like they're really underrated. And that band is Agoraphobic Nosebleed and their little EP Arc. Now, Agoraphobic Nosebleed are a grindcore band, but on this little EP, they mix sludge metal and a bit of doom metal in it, and it's really nice. It works well with the music, and it's just a nice little EP from Agoraphobic Nosebleed. So, yeah, Arc by Agoraphobic Nosebleed, a nice little EP. Next up is Annihilator, Ballistic Sadistic, a very, very, very solid thrash metal album from this Canadian thrash metal legend. Um, yeah, nothing more to say except it's a good thrash metal album from Annihilator. So, yeah, Ballistic Sadistic by Annihilator. Next up is For the Demented by Annihilator, another solid thrash metal album from Annihilator. Really good stuff, really heavy, really riffy, and just excellent. So, yeah, Annihilator, For the Demented. Next up is a classic from Annihilator, and that's Alice in Hell by Annihilator. A classic 80s thrash metal album, absolutely flawless and timeless. Just a classic. Everyone should know this album via to 80s heavy metal or 80s thrash metal. So yeah, Annihilator, Alice in Hell. Okay, okay, next one is As I Lay Dying, Awakened. A pretty solid metalcore album. Not really that big on these guys, but this is a pretty decent album from As I Lay Dying. So yeah, a good metalcore album from As I Lay Dying, Awakened. Next up is Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold and the self-titled album. Not really a huge fan of it. Not really a huge fan of Avenged Sevenfold, but this album is pretty good metalcore, not bad. So yeah, the self-titled album from Avenged Sevenfold. And the second one is Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. A bit of a better album than the self-titled one, but still a good metalcore album. The older stuff is where it's at for me, even though I'm not a huge fan of them, but they're decent, they're good. So yeah, Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. A good metalcore album. Next up is Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Baby 81. Yeah, if I remember, they're more like a hard rock and roll band, but it's been a long time since I listened to this album, but that's the last time I remember it. It's like a hard rock and roll album, maybe a metal album, but I doubt it. Again, haven't listened to it in a while, so my memory could be off, but yeah, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Baby 81, just a solid album the last time I remembered it. Okay, next up is all my Darkthrone CDs. The first one being A Blaze in the Northern Sky by Darkthrone, a solid classic black metal album. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a classic black metal album from Darkthrone, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Darkthrone, Under a Funeral Moon by Darkthrone. Another really, really good black metal album from Darkthrone. So yeah, Darkthrone, Under a Funeral Moon. Okay, next one is Panzerfaust by Darkthrone. Again, another solid, excellent black metal album from Darkthrone. Really good stuff. So, Darkthrone, Panzerfaust. Okay, next one is Darkthrone, Under. No, Darkthrone, The Underground Resistance. Yeah, Darkthrone, The Underground Resistance. Well, they transition more into like a heavy metal ish sounding album than the previous black metal albums. This one they incorporated a lot of heavy metal influences, which makes this very good, very unique, but still sounding like Darkthrone. But yeah, Darkthrone under the Underground Resistance. Yeah, Darkthrone, the Underground Resistance is a solid black metal, heavy metal ish sounding album. Really good stuff. I really enjoy this one. And the last Darkthrone album that I have is Arctic Thunder by Darkthrone. Again, a good mix of black metal, heavy metal, and it's just an excellent album overall. So Darkthrone's Arctic Thunder, really good stuff. Okay, the next two CDs are from the same band. The first one being Destruction, Spiritual Genocide, a very, very solid thrash metal album. Really heavy, very riffy, but really enjoyable album. So, yeah, Destruction, Spiritual Genocide, really good stuff. Next up is Destruction, Born to Perish. Again, another solid, excellent thrash metal album from Destruction. Really good stuff, really riffy, heavy, speedy, but just so damn good. So, yeah, Destruction, Born to Perish. And the next one is Owimha. Yeah, Owimha, Weighing to Immortality. Really good symphonic black metal album that really reminds me of early Demi Borgir. So if you're a fan of Demi Borgir or symphonic black metal, definitely check out Owimha's Weighing to Immortality. Really excellent stuff. Okay, next one is God Dethroned, Bloody Blasphemy. A really good death metal album from the late 90s. God Dethroned's really underrated in my opinion, but Bloody Blasphemy is a solid album from God Dethroned if you're into late 90s death metal. Good stuff. Next up is Iggy Pop, American Caesar. Uh, a solid, fun punk rock album from a punk rock legend. Um, Not a huge fan of Iggy Pop, but this album is, like I said, really fun and good punk rock if you're into that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Iggy Pop, American Caesar, just a really good album from Iggy Pop. Next one is Impious, Hallucinate, a really, really good mid 2000s death thrash album. Very fast, heavy, and relentless. Really good stuff if you're into some mid 2000s death thrash metal. But yeah, Impious, Hallucinate, really excellent album. Next up is Incubus, Make Yourself. A good early 2000s alternative rock new metal album. This is probably the only album I need from Incubus, and it's a good album if you're into like alternative metal or new metal of that kind. But yeah, the only album I need from Incubus, Make Yourself. Okay, the next two CDs are from the same band. The first one is Kalidia, Lies Device, a really good female fronted heavy metal, power metal album and band. Just some really good stuff. You know, if you're into some female fronted heavy metal, power metal, this is this is just an excellent release from Kalidia. So yeah, Lies Device by Kalidia. Okay, next one is Kalidia, the Frozen Throne. Yeah, Kalidia, the Frozen Throne. Another excellent power metal, heavy metal album from this band. Really good stuff and just an enjoyable listen. So, yeah, Kalidia, the Frozen Throne, good stuff. Next up is Kilgore, A Search for Reason. Really underrated and overlooked new metal album, but a good new metal album. Really heavy and aggressive for a new metal album, but this is excellent. I really enjoy this one. So yeah, Kilgore, A Search for Reason. Okay, the next two CDs are from the same band. The first one being NoFX, First Ditch Effort. Solid punk rock album. Nothing more, nothing less. Just some really excellent punk rock from NoFX, First Ditch Effort. And no FX. Yeah, NoFX, The War on Heroism. A very politically charged punk rock album, but a good album nonetheless. If you're not into the whole political aspect, then just concentrate on the punk rock because it's really good on this one. So yeah, NoFX, The War on Heroism. Next up is Resurrection Kings, the self-titled album. A really good heavy metal album that sounds like it came out straight from the 80s. Yeah, just a really good heavy metal album that almost sounds like it came out from the 80s. Really excellent stuff. But yeah, Resurrection Kings, the self-titled album, really good stuff. And if you're into heavy metal, okay, next one is Slaughter to Prevail, Misery Sermon. A very heavy, brutal, excellent deathcore album that's just crushingly good and absolutely relentless. If you're into some crushing deathcore, definitely check out Slaughter to Prevail and the album Misery Sermon. Really good stuff. Next up is Slaughter to Prevail, Chapters of Misery. Just a small little EP, but crushing EP if you're into some crushing deathcore. That's that's that just annihilates. Yeah, it's just some crushingly destructive deathcore from Slaughter to Prevail and the EP Chapters of Misery. Good stuff. And the last Slaughter to Prevail album that I have is Castellum. Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail, Castellum. Pretty good deathcore album. Um, believe it or not, there's actually a little bit of new metal mixed in. At least to my ears, there's like a little bit new metal mixed in, but it's still deathcore and it still crushes. It's a good album. I enjoy it. But yeah, Slaughter to Prevail, Castellum, good stuff. Next up is Spellcaster, Night Hides the World, a really good power metal album from Spellcaster. Excellent, excellent power metal. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, Spellcaster, Night Hides the World, an excellent power metal album. Next up is Survival Instinct, Holocaust. Now, I already talked about this album previously in a video, but yeah, this is some solid thrash metal through and through. Nothing more, nothing less. Good thrash metal from Survival Instinct in the album Holocaust. Next up is The Showdown, A Chorus of Obliteration. Some really damn good metalcore. Very heavy and aggressive and just this is just excellent metalcore from The Showdown. So yeah, A Chorus of Obliteration by Shinedown. Solid metalcore through and through. Okay. The next one is The Showdown, Blood in the Gills. A solid metalcore album that incorporates a lot of groove metal elements to it. So it's a mix of groove metal and metalcore, but it's still an excellent album from The Showdown. So yeah, The Showdown, Blood in the Gills, really good album. And the last three CDs are from the same band. The first one being Unearth, The March, a very solid, aggressive, heavy as hell metalcore album. Really good album from Unearth. So yeah, Unearth, The March. Unearth 3, In the Eyes of Fire. Another excellent metalcore album from Unearth. Very heavy and aggressive. And it's just some good stuff. So yeah. Unearth 3, In the Eyes of Fire. And the last CD I'm going to show off in this CD collection is Unearth. Yeah, Unearth. Watchers of Rule. Another solid, heavy, aggressive metalcore album from Unearth. Really good stuff, really heavy, and just an excellent album from Unearth. So, yeah, Watchers of Rule by Unearth. And that's it, everyone. That's part 11 of my CD collection. Look forward to part 12 when that happens, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Take care and have a good day, night, afternoon, wherever you are.